Okay, here I am back in Ostagar, and at the end of in the last episode I had managed to mention how I was planning on changing some things, so I was using a codec to record software that I didn't really like. So I tried doing all the normal fixes, updating my drivers for my video card, doing all that kind of stuff. What I ended up doing, though, was producing a video that had such well, I mean, I ended up breaking the compatibility or something like that. Every time I tried activating Bandicam with NVENC enabled, it would crash. If I were to do something like that, it just really wasn't working out for me. So for the moment, I am running this in a software MPEG-4 codec, running at 60 frames per second with a quality of 100, and god damn, that thing is chewing through my memory so friggin' fast. So hopefully this episode doesn't take too long, because I want to burn through all the space on my hard drive. But let's get moving.
You found Alistair, did you? Good. I'll assume you're ready to begin preparations. Assuming, of course, that you're quite finished riling up mages, Alistair.
What can I say? The revered mother ambushed me. The way she wields guilt, they should stick her in the army.
She forced you to sass the maids, did she? We cannot afford to antagonize anyone, Alistair. We don't need to give anyone more ammunition against us.
I apologize, Duncan. I'll go collect who we're missing. This is Sir Jory, a knight from Redcliffe.
How'd you do?
And this, of course, is the recruit that Duncan said he was bringing.
I'm Bruce. Pleased to meet you.
Now then, since you're all here, we can begin. You four will be heading into the Korcari Wilds to perform 2 tasks. The first is to obtain 3 vials of Darkspawn blood, 1 for each recruit.
And what's the second task?
There was once a Gray Warden archive in the wilds, abandoned long ago when we could no longer afford to maintain such remote outposts. It has recently come to our attention that some scrolls have been left behind, magically sealed to protect them. Alistair, I want you to retrieve these scrolls if you can.
Find the archive and 3 vials of blood. Understood.
The scrolls contain treaties promising support, treaties that may prove valuable in the days to come. Watch over your charges, Alistair. Return quickly and safely.
We will.
Then may the Maker watch over your path. I will see you when you return.
Okay, we have been set free, and I've picked up an additional 2 members of my party here. This guy and that guy. Let's go do this thing.
Hail. I'm told you all have business in the wilds. The gate's open for you. Just be careful out there. Even a Gray Warden won't be safe in the forest tonight.
We've entered the Korcari Wilds. Now, this is generally considered to be a rather dangerous place in the world, and for various reasons. But most dangerous right now, aside from the wolves, will be the Darkspawn. Now, our various team members here, for the most part, like the one guy has a hammer, or he's got a sword there. The other guy is using a bow. So it's a little bit of a diversification involving how these guys are going to be fighting. Also note that my dog Brutus has accompanied us, even though technically he actually shouldn't have. What I've done is I've gone and installed a mod for the game, which allows me to take the dog with me wherever I go, as what's considered to be a like a summoned companion kind of thing, rather than an actual character. It's actually a decent mod. It does this pretty well without breaking any sort of parts of the game or anything like that. And the only reason why I did it is because I like having the dog around. He's adorable. But by having the dog around, you kind of require yourself to free up one of the spots on your party for the dog where you can't have another character who's actually going to have dialogue options and all that kind of stuff. So that's why I brought the dog along. I've done this. Unfortunately, it does allow you to have an additional member in your party, being the dog, and it kind of makes the game a little easier because you have an additional companion. That's kicking ass, just like normal. Oh, a dead guy. That can't be good. Oh, more dead people. Oh, he's not dead.
Who is that? Gray Wardens?
Well, he's not half as dead as he looks, is he?
My scouting band was attacked by Darkspawn. They came out of the ground. Please help me. I've got to return to camp.
We can take you back, I guess.
If you just bandage me up, I can get back myself.
I have bandages in my pack.
Thank you. Oh, I've got to get out of here.
Did you hear? An entire patrol of seasoned men killed by Darkspawn.
Calm down, Sir Jory. We'll be fine if we're careful.
Those soldiers were careful, and they were still overwhelmed. How many Darkspawn can the four of us slay? A dozen? 100? There's an entire army in these forests.
There are Darkspawn about, but we're in no danger of walking into the bulk of the Horde.
How do you know? I'm not a coward, but this is foolish and reckless. We should go back.
Overcoming these dangers is part of our test.
That's true.
Know this. All Grey Wardens can sense Darkspawn. Whatever their cunning, I guarantee they won't take us by surprise. That's why I'm here.
You see, Sir Knight, we might die, but we'll be warned about it first.
That is reassuring.
That doesn't mean I'm here to make this easy, however. So let's get a move on.
That is the power of the Grey Wardens. They have the ability to sense when the Darkspawn are approaching. And so, I mean, the Darkspawn have a habit of just sort of erupting out of the ground because they live underground. So, I mean, the average person could easily be taken by surprise.
It has begun. That flower, white with a red center. The kennel master at Ostagar was asking about those. The kennel master said this flower can help dogs that get sick from biting Darkspawn. At any rate, he was offering a reward if someone went into the wilds and brought him one. Might want to think about it is all.
That is another aspect of being a Grey Warden. The Darkspawn blood is toxic. Anybody who comes into contact, I guess like fluid-to-fluid contact, gets into their bloodstream or whatever, in their mouth or eyes, I guess, becomes infected by the Darkspawn taint, which has the effect of driving them insane. Usually kills the person. It could kill the dogs, because the dogs have a tendency to bite. But that could cure it, I guess. Now, these are Darkspawn. That is a Hurlock. It is a Darkspawn based on a human template. Later on in the game, we'll get more and more into that concept. But just know that the Darkspawn are based partially on the species in which they, these Genlocks are smaller because they are dwarves, I believe. And they're dead. Okay, we got one vial of Darkspawn blood. We need 4 of them. 2. What happens is the Darkspawn, they take a lot of prisoners. Now, I assume majority of them are just eaten. But some of them are forced to consume the flesh of the Darkspawn. And that... Oh, dead guys. And that has the horrible effect of corrupting them. Now, if this person happens to be a woman that they kidnap, there's a chance that if they consume enough of the Darkspawn flesh...
There. Poor slobs. That just seems so excessive.
Yeah. If they consume enough of the flesh, there's a possibility that they could turn into what's called a brood mother, which is a sort of Darkspawn queen. which is capable of reproducing, basically like a queen bee kind of setup, where they'll just produce an enormous amount of Darkspawn offspring. One brood mother can make like 1,000 Darkspawn. So anytime you get a chance to kill a brood mother, you should really do it. But we're not going to see many of them just wandering around. We got to go looking for them. That's also the reason why the Darkspawn appear to be so plentiful, because there's just a shitload. A brood mother can just produce a shitload of them. Oh, there's more from here than I thought. Well, they're dead. I think I got all of the blood I need, but I still need to find those papers.
I shall do it.
I would assume maybe one of these guys can open that. Nope. And of course the dog can't do it. If I were a rogue, I could probably do it. I assume that this was some sort of a camp that those guards had set up in the wilds, and they were ambushed by Darkspawn. Most of them were killed by him. Looks like the wolves got the jump on the Darkspawn here, but they didn't survive it. Oh, that's a shame. It's some guy. Missionary Rigby. Is he related to Eleanor? Damn you! Okay, we need to go deeper into the forest. Seems like there are quite a number of buildings around in this area, and they haven't... Oh shit, Darkspawn. Alistair, you're supposed to be letting us know when this shit's sneaking up on us. Where were you on that one, dipshit?
It has begun.
That noise that we could hear is maybe a clue. This is a fairly open area, so you have to sort of explore the different corners of it in order to find what you're looking for. I don't know if you heard me there. But you have to explore the different areas in order to find what you're looking for, to make sure you found it.
As you say.
Oh, that's gotta hurt. Ooh, a Herlock Emissary. Those are ones capable of using magic. They're like mages. I don't know if trading blows with them like this is actually a good idea. I think I'll kill him, but, you know, can't be sure. I better get my buddies up there to be doing something about this. Okay, apparently that worked. So it turned out all of these guys had bows. Okay, there are many more of these. Ah, shit. Damn you, Alistair. Help me out here for a change.
I shall do it.
Well, maybe he just knows that there are Darkspawn around, but can't really pinpoint them. Seems like maybe the city or parts of seems like this place was much more civilized at some point. Oh, there's an archer back there. For the most part, the Darkspawn are stupid creatures. They don't have much in the way of intelligence, and for the most part will just, although they will use weapons, they'll usually just try to engage you in any way possible. There's not much in the way of advanced tactics that they'll use. So sometimes they will flee from you if they're ranged enemies, rather than trying to pick a fight with you up close when they don't have a chance. I see more of the soldiers that were ambushed by these Darkspawn and killed. I don't know which way to go. They both look so like I'm actually going the same way. Huh. According to the map, at least. The Darkspawn, the reason why they come out of the ground is because for the most part the Darkspawn live in an underground sort of labyrinth of tunnels called the Deep Roads. Now we'll encounter the Deep Roads much later on in the game, but the Deep Roads are a group of tunnels carved out by the dwarves, and for quite a while have been abandoned. Because during the first Blight, when the Darkspawn came, they took over the Deep Roads, but the Deep Roads were such an extensive underground area that the Darkspawn, being able to go and travel by way of the Deep Roads, have access to so much of Ferelden, they can basically appear anywhere they want. The dwarves, on the other hand, their society has basically fallen quite a ways since the arrival of the Darkspawn, because where they live, the Deep Roads, are basically beyond their controls now. What am I doing screwing around with a bow and arrow? Get up there and do something awesome. Okay, that is a Herlock Alpha. A more powerful version of that kind of Darkspawn. Takes a little bit more of a beating, but, 4-on-1, or actually 5-on-1 in this case. It's harder. Okay, we gotta level up. Let's take care of that real quick. What should I be dealing with? We can't do a specialization yet. One specialization awarded at level 7 and one at 14. We're at, 4? Oh, we got a little ways to go before we can do any of these. We'll just do my points like usual. Ooh, a talent. Nice. Okay, I can do this, threaten an enemy to attack me, instead of allowing them to go and attack the weaker members of my party. Now, at the moment, I don't really have any weaker members of the party, so that's not really something I'm terribly worried about. But precise striking, I could... that sounds like a good idea, doesn't it? For the most part, the Darkspawn don't really have weapons of their own. They are definitely stupid creatures.
As you say.
Very nice. The weapons that they use are basically just stuff that they took off of people, and that kind of looks like a bat lift to me. But they just take weapons off of the people that they kill, and they're armed and armored with stuff from fallen soldiers. Okay, that's the chest we're looking for in this old Gray Warden building here. Since fallen apart quite a bit. I don't know why the treaties were abandoned here. Hold on. There's an X up here, like there's something I should be doing. No? Alright. What the map have to say? Oh, okay, yeah, it just says outpost. Not much of an outpost anymore. Well, looks like I won't have to open that one.
Well, well. What have we here? Are you a vulture, I wonder? A scavenger, poking amidst a corpse whose bones were long since cleaned? Or merely an intruder, come into these darkspawn-filled wilds of mine in search of easy prey? What say you, Scavenger or intruder?
I am neither. The Gray Wardens once owned this tower.
'Tis a tower no longer. The wilds have obviously claimed this desiccated corpse. I have watched your progress for some time. Where do they go, I wondered? Why are they here? And now you disturb ashes none have touched for so long. Why is that?
Don't answer her. She looks chastened, and that means others may be nearby.
Oh, you fear barbarians will swoop down upon you.
Yes, swooping is bad.
She's a witch of the wilds, she is. She'll turn us into toads.
Witch of the Wilds. Such idle fancies, those legends. Have you no minds of your own? You there, handsome lad. Tell me your name and I shall tell you mine. Let us be civilized.
I am Bruce. A pleasure to meet you.
Now that is a proper civil greeting, even here in the wilds. You may call me Morrigan. Shall I guess your purpose? You sought something in that chest? Something that is here no longer?
Here no longer. You stole them, didn't you? You're some kind of sneaky witch thief.
How very eloquent. How does one steal from dead men?
Quite easily, it seems. Those documents are Gray Warden property, and I suggest you return them.
I will not, for 'twas not I who removed them. Invoke a name that means nothing here any longer if you wish. I am not threatened.
She's toying with us. Let's go.
Why so petulant? You wish to know who removed your papers? 'Twas my mother who did the deed.
Can you take us to her?
There is a sensible request. I like you.
I'd be careful. First it's, I like you, but then zap. Frog time.
She'll put us all in the pot, she will. Just you watch.
If the pot's warmer than this forest, it'd be a nice change.
Follow me then, if it pleases you.